experiment. Okay, so whatever. Okay, some people they did not show up, so we have to throw them away. So in total, this was the number we had for analysis. So again, the trick here is you must report enough to convince the editor reviewer it is rigorous. Sometimes you don't have to say too much. Okay. Then again, cost analysis was done. Okay, to show all this. All right. Okay. Again. Then we do this. Okay. Hold on. Where is it mentioned? I thought it is mentioned somewhere here. Let me see where is the ANOVA thing. I want to show you ANOVA. Okay. Where is it? I thought did we show it? Gravity, conducted one to few criteria, the total. Okay, let's say this one based on healthy construction. Oops, I don't know where it is. I thought I mentioned it somewhere. That we use ANOVA as a manipulation check to make sure the way we do experiment, there are 4 groups, to make sure that there is no difference. Because there is no difference, then only we combine them. Okay? Then only combine them. So sorry, don't know where it is. Maybe the videos asked us to do. Okay, I remember I put it in, but when we revised, this paper went through 7 rounds of revision. 7 rounds of revision. Okay, maybe they asked us to do. I can't remember. Okay, instrument design. Okay, anyway, so I hope you get the idea. Okay, I want to actually show you that we did ANOVA somewhere here. Even though ANOVA is not part of our analysis, it is not part of our research project. I just want to clarify again the questions that Dr. Nishim asked. It is still useful, okay, in some situation to use t-test and ANOVA to test the difference or to show that there is no difference. Okay. This is respondent profile. We have learned this. Okay. This is what we are going to learn partly this afternoon, partly tomorrow, and also on Saturday. So the next week, when Dr. Jackie teaches all this, it will be easier for you to absorb, so that you can spend more effort digesting his explanation. Okay, so we will do some basic Smart PLS on the coming Saturday. All right. So this is how you present. Okay, everything consistent. For example, 3 decimal point, 3 decimal point, 3 decimal point. These are your findings, and then sometimes it is important to show some explanation under notes. Okay, then you have this. Okay, whatever you explain here, always inform the reader, the viewer, which table you are referring to. Either you do this or you mention somewhere here as shown in table 6. Okay, so these are the little things you have to do. Okay, this table is long, so you can do it using landscape. Okay, landscape. Okay, again, these are the reporting. Okay, and also interpretation. Okay, reporting. So after you report, after you interpret the result, then you do discussion. Discussion is where you explain why. Okay? Alright, so this is explanation, and then conclude with implication and conclusion. Okay? So this is what you should do in your thesis. Again, for your data analysis, refer to thesis, refer to article which is relevant to your field, so that you can get the citation, you can get the references, you have a feel how you should write, and hopefully you get a good guideline from the thesis or from the article how you should write your methodology, how you should record your findings, how you should interpret what are the citations to support, and then from there, hopefully you know how to discuss. Of course, discussion will be different. Okay? Discussion will be different. But if you find a thesis which is very similar to your study, you will get a lot of help from their methodology and findings. Not discussion, but at least methodology and findings. And maybe also literature review. Okay? Literature review, depending on how you craft your story. Okay, any question before we take our first break? Because for factor analysis, I hope we will have to spend more than 1 hour. Okay, from analysis, explanation to reporting. It could be more. All right. So any question before we take our first break? Back to you, Dr. Lishi.
Professor, I have a question.
Yes, please.
On this paper that you just explained, you said that you used ANOVA to check whether there were no difference between some variables. I want you to throw light on that. Why did you check that? What was the rationale for checking those differences?
Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you are familiar with experiment. Let's assume you do an experiment. For example, you have advertisement A, advertisement B, advertisement C. Okay. So you want to know whether the respondents would act. You want to know how the respondents will react to advertisement A, advertisement B, and advertisement C. Now, it is important that you in this particular case, it is important how you sequence advertisement A, B, and C. Because if the respondent sees advertisement A first, this may affect how he sees advertisement B. If he sees advertisement A and B first, this may affect how he sees advertisement C. Okay, because of preconception. Alright? So in this situation, what you can do is for 50 respondents, you let them see A first, follow up with B, follow up with C. For another 50 respondents, you let them see advertisement B first, B, A, C. For another 50 respondents, you let them see C first, C, A, B. For another 50 respondents, you let them see C, B, A. For another 50, you let them see A, C, B. Okay? So in total, for example, you have 250 respondents, but you have different sequence of advertisement. Why? Because the sequence of advertisement may affect respondents' answer. So in this situation, let's say you have 5 groups of respondents. Why 5 groups? Because of the sequence of advertisement. So what you want to do, assume you want to put all these 250 respondents together, okay, to see the effect of advertisement A on them, the effect of advertisement B on them, the effect of advertisement C on them. If that is your purpose, then at the very beginning, you need to show that there is no difference between group A, B, C, D, E There is no difference because of the sequence of advertisement. Okay? So I can only give you a scenario. Forget about my study. Basically, the idea is the same. I try to make it simpler. Okay? You want to know if advertisement A, B, C have any effect on the respondents. Okay? That is your overall study. What is the effect of advertisement A, B, C on the respondent? Okay? So every respondent must look at advertisement A, B, and C before they give you answer. Okay? Now, the issue is the sequence of advertisement. Okay? The sequence of advertisement may affect respondents deeply, okay? Especially the second and the third, after they see the first. Okay? So you can sequence the advertisement differently. Set number 1, ABC. Set number 2, CBA. Set number 3, BAC. Okay? So you let 50 to look at set number 1. You let the second group to look at set 2. You let the third group to look at set 3. Before you combine them to do your analysis, you need to make sure these respondents, they are similar regardless of the sequence of advertisement. Okay? So I hope you see the reason why ANOVA is useful to test that there is no difference before you move into your data analysis. This is just one of the many scenarios. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, Professor, I answered it, but let me give a hypothetical case and see whether it's match up with what you are saying. Let's assume that we are doing a study at the night market, and we want to administer some of the questionnaire in the morning, we want to administer some in the afternoon, and we want to administer some in the evening. Can we probably, after getting all the data, maybe we give 50 to those in the morning, 50 to those in the afternoon, and 50 to those in the evening? Can we use the ANOVA to test whether these three categories, they are really different or otherwise before we proceed?
Okay. Let me give you the answer. The answer is yes and no. Okay. Yes, because if you really think distributing questionnaire in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening may make a difference. Okay. I know this is a hypothetical situation, but let's assume this is really what you plan to do. The answer is yes, if you expect that there would be difference. Why would you expect that? Because they are past studies which talk about the same situation, and in order to avoid question from your examiner, from your editor, whether you control the timing of data distribution, then the answer is yes. You better do ANOVA if there are 3 sessions of data distribution. So you are right about it. Okay, so that is yes. The second response is no. Again, the reason is the same. If timing, if sessions of data distribution in this particular hypothetical situation is not meaningful, okay, you don't have to report it. You don't have to report it. Reporting it will make your life more miserable. Okay, just say data collection was done between this day until when, for 1 week or 2 weeks. Practically speaking, there are certain norms, FRMs, researchers will accept. If you say that data collection was done in 6 months, then something is suspicious. Okay, especially when I mentioned about early and late responses. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, in principle, you got it right. Okay, in that situation, it's better for you to test. In principle, it is correct. Practically speaking, it may not. You don't have to do it. You must make sure the comparison is meaningful. The comparison is to address any potential concern from yourself, from the editors, that the difference, the unobserved difference, might have an impact on your result, and such a difference has been documented in past studies. Therefore, you have to be careful. Okay? Did I answer your question?
Yes, Professor.
Absolute quietness. Okay, so maybe you switch off your mic. Any question before we have our first break? Did I answer your question, Emma?
Yes, Professor. Yeah. Professor, well answered. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. If not clear, ask again or rephrase. Or I can also type, okay? Because again, we are using online lecture. I can't see all your faces, so I have to keep my explanation enough. Okay?
Okay, I think they are all good.
I think also Li is talking, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I forget to press the button.
Okay, now I hear you.
Yeah, so I think we are all good for this section. So how about 10 minutes break?
Yeah, 5 minutes break or 10 minutes break, okay?
Yeah, okay, thank you. See you later.
So